Here comes the champagne.
Ooh, it feels so good.
And here it is.
We're back. It
we
feels
are
so good.
Back.
Welcome back.
Here we are.
I'm so excited. Are you excited?
Yeah, I've been wanting to record for weeks.
Yes. I didn't know we were going to jump straight into the absence. First, I was going to say Happy New Year.
No, I'm just jumping straight on your shit.
Happy New Year. We are 19 days late. Oh, well. Happy New Year.
Better be late with the podcast than be late on a period. Back with the fuck shit. Here we are.
Welcome back to God knows what episode this is. To Toxicity Podcast. I'm your host, Zoe. And to my left, I have Jason. Jason, say hello.
Hello. I have missed y'all, and I hate it here.
It's just us tonight, all right? Some things.
I need to stop that.
Ooh, I hated every part of that. And I know they will too. Oh, I felt that in my spine. All right, let's jump right into it. Where the fuck have we been and why? Where have we been?
They've been waiting.
So we've had some problems. Things have been a little crazy in this household. For starters, Jason got COVID.
On my 300th birthday.
On his 300th birthday, he got COVID. From me, probably. I had COVID, too. And so that set us back a little bit. And then I had some family come in town, so that set us back a little bit more. And then you might be wondering where Miss Lauren is. And she's not here anymore. She left us, and there is something that I was going to read out from her, but I'll do it after we're done addressing her absence. But Lauren's not with us anymore, so for now, it's just me and Jason. What else has been going on?
The holidays. They whipped our ass.
The holidays kicked my ass. My house suffered for like weeks. It still is suffering because also with Lauren not being on the podcast, she also doesn't live here, so my house is just in chaos at all times.
My hairline has suffered.
Yeah. 2022, we're gaining years and he's losing inches.
In my hairline. Let's keep that straight.
Sure.
Keep that straight.
And then also we've just had problems with like inconsistency. It's been really hard with like equipment and getting somebody to film for us. Today we're actually doing it ourselves, but with the help from none other than the Hangover Podcast.
Huge shout out to them. Which one of these buttons is the applause button? Is it this one? Oh yeah, first try.
So they were nice enough to loan us their equipment so that way we could film for you guys because we are just at a standstill. And they missed us, and I know y'all missed us, and he wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
I have been riding her ass for weeks. About filming.
Scott did too. Scott texted me and said, hey, where the fuck have y'all been?
Scott.
My dad asked about it.
The Hangover crew.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to them. Huge shout out to the Degenerates podcast.
I listened to that a little bit the other day.
They recorded their second episode. I believe it was yesterday, and they were looking for us too. They thought we was in jail.
Not this year.
We're toxic, not degens.
I don't know. I did spend jail on Christmas.
You spent jail in Christmas? It's exciting. Tell me more.
Anyway, so let's address Lauren's absence really quickly. There was something that she wanted us to be read out. And it's probably going to pull up on your phone faster than it will on my computer.
Yeah, but I can't read.
It's okay. I'll read it. Just give me the phone.
Oh, okay. I guess I can do that.
Yeah, delete all your nudes before you hand me the phone.
No.
Fucking weirdo.
I'm sure you've seen Haley naked.
No. Thank you. All right. So this is from Lauren. She says, hey, Toxicity fam. Unfortunately, I have come to the decision to leave the podcast. It was nowhere near an easy decision to make, but it is time for the next chapter in my life. I have loved watching this podcast bloom into what it is today. It has been so fun to work with Zoe and Jason, and I wish them and the podcast the best of luck. Also want to shout out Jacob, David, and our friends at the Hangover podcast for their role in making this a success. I will forever be a fan and will miss everyone and the listening base deeply. Thank you for listening to me for 12 whole episodes, and remember to stay the bad bitches and kings that you all are. Stay toxic, Lolo. That's it.
Shout out to Lo.
Shout out to Lo.
We will miss you.
So now we're having auditions. Who the fuck wants to...
Who the fuck wants to deal with us?
Who wants to deal with us once a week?
Once a week. 3 hours.
And drink your weight in champagne and God knows whatever alcohol we decide to bring.
You. Us. Fuck shit. It's here. I felt like that was the premiere of the movie.
That sounds like a movie trailer, and now I feel like when we post about auditions, that I need you to do that again.
Oh. So yeah, I guess over the course of the next couple weeks, if anybody wants to hop in on an episode, give us a shout out.
We're gonna try it out. We'll let you jump in, and if we like you, we like you. If we don't, get the fuck.
Maybe you'll get picked. Maybe you'll get told to go fuck yourself. You'll probably get told to go fuck yourself.
More than likely, yeah. Because don't come if you cry. Don't try to audition for this shit and then come in here and
with feelings.
Don't come in here with feelings.
Leave that shit at the door.
Don't bring that shit near me. I don't want to get hit with the feels bug. So anyway.
No, but long story short with Lauren, she moved on in life. She, saw this was no longer in her best interest with moving on in her life, and
that's okay. That happens.
Yeah,
I mean, this is where I want to go with my life. It's just not the same direction that she did, and that's okay.
And I mean, that's the thing. It's not like she blindsided us with this at all. We knew weeks and weeks in advance. She wrote that. Well, first of all, she wrote that I think in the middle of our almost month-long hiatus. So we knew this was coming and we were prepared for it. Which again, we apologize.
I'm not apologizing for shit, okay? Life happens, and life happened to me. I also, you want to get into it? I got off birth control, right? After 7 years, birth control.
There we go, right to the fuck shit.
Right to the fuck shit. And my hormones, and then right back down again, and then right back up, and then right back down. And so some days I would sit in my bed crying, and I never cry. Bad bitches do not cry. But I was. And then one day I was pissed the fuck off, and then the next day I was happy as shit, and I was trying to find motivation and losing it as quickly as I found it, and it's just been a whole bunch of shit. And
she was an emotional roller coaster ride.
So I'm absolutely not going to apologize for just not being here. Sorry, but not sorry, because I had to deal with me first so you could have this.
I fucking miss doing this. I enjoy this.
I love every part of this. This is like the highlight of my week. It's a lot of fun to sit here in front of just sit in front of the microphone and just vent about a whole bunch of bullshit, knowing that people
listen to us.
Find my fuck shit funny, right?
Sometimes they relate. Sometimes what the fuck are they talking about?
Either way, it's just as entertaining. So don't get me wrong. I did absolutely miss it, and I did not like knowing that there was an absence and that there were people who were missing us, but I had to handle things over here on the home front before we could continue any further. But I promise to be a little bit more consistent, maybe.
I'll tell you what I don't like is the way you're gatekeeping that bottle of Jameson right there.
Yeah, because I was going to talk about it first. Let us mourn. A moment of silence. There's a Jameson shortage. There's a fucking Jameson. If I thought the universe hated me, Jason, there's a Jameson shortage.
You have 3 handles.
Don't worry about what I have. There is a Jameson shortage, meaning when I walk into a club and I say, oh, I want a shot of Jameson, they're like, oh, we don't have any. What do you want instead? What do I want instead? To kill myself. To die. What do you want? Somebody said, I went to Barcadia. I said, can I have a shot of Jameson? She said, I don't have Jameson. Do you want Jack or Crown? I said, I would rather fucking crawl in a hole and die.
I'd rather Fireball. The fuck you mean Jack or Crown?
I would rather eat glass. Where's the empty bottle of Jameson?
I want to chew on it.
I want to chew on it. I cannot believe that this is happening to me. They're saying it could take months for them to be back in full stock, and this is bullshit.
Well, it's not just Jameson. Jameson.
I don't give a fuck about anything else. Jameson.
It's a supply chain thing.
I'm tired of it. You can't. They're gatekeeping the Jameson from me as I am to you. So anyway, with that said, I have 3 of these, and we have to make them last, Jason.
Yeah, good luck.
I have a little smaller one on the bar, but these don't fit on my bar cart, so we're busting this bad boy open today.
Watch that fucking ring.
Can't wait to talk about that too. All right.
We'll get to that.
Let's take shots.
Please.
I brought a cock so you could chase it if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm gonna need the coke.
Listen to this sound. Orgasm.
It's one of the last bottle of Jameson's for over 50 square miles.
Swear to God. There's other places
50.
that do have it. Like, I know Bourbon Heat has it. The Democrat has some still. But a lot of other places don't. And there's like a few bars I've been to in the city that don't. And I probably will never go there again. She offered me Crown.
She needs her ABO card revoked. I asked for Jameson, and you offer me Crown of all things.
Crown. I would take Jack over Crown.
At least go the route of saying, hey, would you like a Maker's,
Something similar?
Yeah.
Crown is not even... What is this?
It's a pour spout.
I'll take it off later. Oh, I did not like that sound either.
I loved it.
I didn't like that sound at all. Ew!
Ooh, glug, 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 glug.
That's disgusting.
Glug, 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 glug.
Ugh, it smells like heaven. It smells like I'm going to continue drinking after this.
It smells like shortage.
Let's take it in. You better find a really good cheers for this, because this could be one of the last Jameson shots we have on camera.
Oh, here we go. I didn't come prepared. I'm sorry, I fucked my homework up.
You had one job. I will say, though, I had Jason... I was thinking about Jameson. I had Jason running around all day today trying to get this shit set up for me, and I didn't leave my bed at all.
After I just got off a full day of work.
Picked up his daughter.
Went home.
Got
ready for this. Picked up equipment. Came here. Set up equipment that, frankly, I don't know how to set up.
Hey, we're doing it, though, I hope.
I hope it's recording.
Oh, well. Anyway.
Turtle, look, the button's red and the numbers are counting up. It's got to be a good sign.
Yeah, every time we talk, that little green thing does a little jig. I'm down. It's
cool.
Yeah,
it's got to be working correctly. Fuck.
I don't know. This might be the shittiest of shit shows.
Oh, yeah, watch. Turtle's going to go to edit this.
He's going to be like, what the fuck?
Why is it so loud?
Yeah, big. So, apparently, it's no secret that I'm hard-headed. And so I texted Turtle. I was like, a little birdie told me that that I'm stubborn as fuck. And I'm hard-headed. And I'm super independent. And so I really won't ask for help ever. And I needed help to make this happen. And he was like, yeah, I know. He was like, I'll help you. Like, I'll even edit it for you. You have to ask me. You can't be so stubborn. And I was like, yeah, sound like my dad.
I keep trying to explain to you. Us, Hangover.
They love us.
They love us.
Even though, maybe not Joe, but that's okay, Joe.
It's okay. I love you, Joe. And big shout out to your Niners. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Don't ever fucking say that again. Anyway, but yeah, they love us. Scott was like, look, you have something really good here, don't drop it. Turtle said the same thing. I know we have something really good here.
Scott called me at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. And anybody that knows me knows that on school night, Jason's going to sleep for 8:30.
You weren't in school you haven't been in school for 30 years.
Okay, but that's they know what I mean. When I have work the next day.
Then just say on a work night or a fucking Sunday night.
You see you and these facial expressions? I'm not liking them.
You'll be alright.
Yeah,
oh, you want to take this fucking shot or no?
Nah, I'm going to let it get hot.
Okay, I'm still going to drink it. To being back.
Here we are. And to once again, hating it here.
True. Oh my God, it burns so bad every time. I absolutely definitely.
Give me that cock.
I absolutely probably drink more Jameson than I do water, and I promise you, no matter how many shots I take, they do not get any better. But I love it.
No. Jameson's one of those things, even as you get drunk, It doesn't get any better.
No, but that's maybe the reason I love Jameson so much is because it takes a lot of it for me to get drunk.
That's how I am with Jaeger.
Oh my God.
So, me and Jaeger started off on a weird thing. It was probably 6 or 7 years ago. I had a boss, and we would all go out drinking together. Well, the first time he became like our actual supervisor, we go out drinking. We get to the bar, and he goes, "Look, I have no problem paying for the shots all night. I only drink Jaeger. If you're offering me free shots, I'm going to give it a shot." All of a sudden, we are 15 shots of Jaeger deep. Probably one of the top 3 drunkest I've ever been in my life without throwing up.
When I was like 18 years old and I worked at a bar. Let me just self-incriminate myself. I think she knows about it. It's on camera. I worked at a bar that I will not name for self-incrimination purposes.
Thank God.
I was 18 and I remember they had a party. I wasn't working that night, but they had a birthday party. It was for me. And I was turning 19. I went behind the bar, you know, those like Jaeger dispensers.
And you just put your head under it.
Sure the fuck did.
Bet you that shit got all up your nose.
It was great. It was great. It was great.
I did not like the sound that came out of your mouth.
Your friends do, though.
Apparently. Speaking of which, I know you gonna be watching this. We gotta talk, my boy.
That's a no. They're all looking like, who are they?
Oh, he knows who he is. He knows.
Who are they talking about?
Mm-hmm.
My mom is texting me right now. Mom, I cannot talk.
Do you have to key so hard that
I need them to know that I am typing back.
That keyboard did nothing to you. You don't have to beat it.
Anyway, so let's fill you in on what's been going on in my life in the last month.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, has it been fun. For one, I got married.
Boo this man! That's not very toxic of you.
It's a joke. That's the even more toxic part, is that it's not real. I didn't actually get married. So me and Travis are super fucking close. And there's this running joke that we are married because we have the same last name. And actually, when we went to go get matching tattoos, the man, like, when he was talking to me, he was like, "So how long have you and your husband been together?" And I was like, my hope. Okay. So, right. Because we have the same last name. And I think he realized that from the tattoos, but also because, like, on the sign-in sheet, I said Zoe Taylor and he said Travis Taylor. So,
I mean, he tried to put 2 and 2 together. He just ended up with 3.
That's okay. It worked. So, ever since then, it's just kind of been like a running joke that we're married or we're going to get married. So, on Christmas Eve, at approximately probably 11:30 at night, after much alcohol, but no driving, much alcohol, but no driving.
Whole lot of alcohol.
I ordered us wedding rings. Both of us. Like, legit. He has a legitimate wedding band, and I have legitimate wedding bands. I will not talk about how much money I spent on it, because I woke up the next morning pissed the fuck off that I spent that much money on a fake wedding ring, but it's fine. It's fine. So
we're going to finally get a dude to propose to her. You're going to take the ring off her finger, put that bitch right back on.
I can't wait to elaborate on this experience, because it's been almost a month that we've both been wearing them. He wears his all the time. I wear mine all the time. And it is the funniest fucking thing in the world. It's great. First of all, when I was working at the doctor's office, one of the moms was like, "When did you get married?" And I was like, oh God, how do I explain this without sounding toxic, or sounding fucked up? And so I told her, and she was like, "Oh, that's funny." Like, I don't think she found it as funny as I do, or as everyone else does.
If she said the words, "Oh, that's funny," she definitely did not find it funny.
No, yeah. So that happened.
That Karen was mad.
Last night, actually, I was at a service industry, like, party for people who are in the service industry. And one of the guys comes up to me and he goes, "When the fuck did you get married?" And I was like...
Was that my buddy?
No.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ.
He was nowhere to be found at that event.
No. So I was like, oh, it's a joke. And he was like, a joke? And I was like, yeah, like it's a joke. And he didn't make sense to him either.
Do you mean your husband's a joke?
No, I mean... Right. So
which one of these is the joke button? There's a joke button on here. There it is.
This motherfucker. So the best story that I've had with these rings, though, is... So I am obviously very single. Even with the rings on. So I am
That's her superpower. Super single.
So I am on Hinge, the dating app Hinge, because I can't be on Tinder. So I don't ever like meet anyone on there, but I do like swipe on them and I entertain them, and I actually promote the podcast on there too as well. So some of them are listening.
You poor bastards.
If you swiped on me on Hinge and you're listening right now, thank you very much. But so
No, this does not get you a better shot.
No, it does. It doesn't change things at all, but thank you. I appreciate it. So we're in Blue Eye one night, on a night that we didn't have to work on a Friday. It was really weird. We were just out, and I was standing at like the corner of the bar talking to my cousin, and this dude taps me on the shoulder and he's like, hey, you're Zoe, right? And I'm like, huh? And he's like, yeah, you're Zoe. Like, we met on Hinge. And hold on, wait, I'm missing the whole important part of the story. I just skipped clean past it. He says, are you single? And I did this. No. And I pointed at the ring, just like this. I said, no, I'm not. And he goes, you're Zoe, right? And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, wow.
I'm like,
you know my government name.
I'm like, yeah, I am. And he's like, we met on Hinge, right? Like, my name is Steve. And pulls out his, it's not his name. We're just, He pulls out his phone and he shows me our Hinge messages. And I didn't recognize him from there.
And you motherfuckers online and your angles.
And I looked at him and I was like, oh my God, I just told this man that I met on Hinge, that I have clearly talked to because he showed me my profile and he showed me our messages.
You got hacked.
I just told him that I'm married and I'm not married. So I said, oh yeah, him, he's a joke. And Travis was standing right behind me. And Travis goes, what?
Look, T-Dog, don't let her play on you like that.
Oh my God. It was I'm pretty sure like if I didn't have makeup on, my face would have turned bright red like yours is right now.
You know what? Fuck you and your fucking shiny ass forehead. I keep seeing the light reflect off your forehead and I'm drawn to it like a moth to the flame.
I can't fucking stand you.
I keep looking at it.
So
I feel like a cat chasing one of them red lights.
So that happened, and I was like, oh my God, how do I explain this? So then he's like, yeah, let me get your number. So I'm like, okay. I give him my number, and he like types it in on the phone thing, and my name pops up, and I was like,
go.
And so then he texts me, and I scroll through our messages, and I have messages like, we have been talking. I had zero recollection. I never saved his number, and I stopped talking to him.
Got him. So this ring she's done her thing. She's done her thing. It's been very fucking interesting. And that, I remember actually, as soon as that situation stopped happening, I remember texting Jake and being like, do not let me forget to mention this on the podcast because this is like the epitome of my toxicity. Is that I'm not even really married, and I just told a man that I met on Hinge that I didn't recognize him, that I am married and I'm really not. This episode gonna come out on Thursday. You're gonna get about halfway through the day, and you're gonna get an angry text message.
They're gonna ban me on Hinge too.
Here we go.
I'm fresh out of dating apps.
Fuck around, you can find Zoe on farmersonly.com. Christian
mingle. Black people meet at this point. Like, am I even allowed on there? Like, does it have to be all black people?
I don't feel like I can answer that without getting canceled, so I'm going to leave that question alone.
Either way, yeah, I'm running fresh out of options, but I don't even really like use the dating apps. It's just like I'm laying in bed and I'm kind of in my feelings, so I'm gonna get someone to call me pretty. That's it. And I promote the podcast.
Epitome of toxicity.
Oh yeah, I win. But since we're still on the topic of Hinge, I met somebody on Hinge, and this is probably why I hate the dating apps so much now, is after this situation. So 9 times out of 10 I don't ever respond to anybody. I like chicken out. I don't want to get raped or murdered or whatever, so I just, I never let it go past phone conversations. So I am on Hinge one day and somebody like messages me and they're like, I have seen you before. And I'm like, where? Like now suddenly I want to match with them because now I want to know where they saw me. So I was like, I swiped up and I was like, where did you see me at? And he was like, oh, I don't know, maybe Tabs. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, I don't remember. And I haven't been there in almost over a year, so.
Table and Tabs?
Yeah.
All he did was name some local bar.
And it worked.
Was like, I'm sure she been there.
Well, it turns out we had mutual friends. Like, turns out people I know him. So then I start entertaining him because he's really not bad looking. I thought he was cute until he started fucking talking. Until he started talking.
Isn't that your type? Cute in the face and no brains upstairs?
Apparently so. We'll get to that too. So we talk, and then he like jumps straight into like, okay, add me on Snapchat, add me on Instagram, text me. And I'm like, okay, that's really not that big of a deal. Because I wanted to see his social media anyway, because you can tell a lot about a person by their social media. Or you can't at all. It just depends. Or you can, like, hear me out. Like, if you talk to somebody, and so you know how they are when you talk to them, and then you go look at their social media, at that point, yes, you can see what kind of person they are, because you can be like, okay, look at what you're portraying on social media, but I've talked to you in real life, and this is not how you act. So now I know what kind of, facade you like to put on.
Agree and disagree. Because me on social media, you think that...
You don't fucking know how to use social media, Papa.
What you talking about? I was around when social media was invented. Fuck you twice.
Right, and it's evolved since then, and you don't know how to use it. I haven't seen you post on Instagram ever.
Bitch, I sent my first tweet with a pigeon. Fuck you.
Jason, fuck. I was looking at messages. Jason, your Facebook profile picture is like 3 years old.
It's me and my daughter. It is a great picture when she was chunky and has some chubby cheeks, and I love her in that picture. I do too. I love that picture of y'all. I think it's great. It's old as shit. You don't know how to change it because they changed the buttons. All right? Back to what I was saying. Yes, you can. Yes, you can tell. I am always right. You can tell the difference between... Don't get your head any bigger. Them headphones won't fit. Anyway, stop cutting me off. This is a really good story, all right? It's about to get really fucking good. So... When? You want to do a shot? You want to take a shot? Sure, let's take a shot. Look, there's an eyelash stuck to my fucking lap. I fucking hate it here. See, this is why we need a third person. Because if not, me and Zoe are going to go off on 10,000 tangents and just flame each other for the entire episode. Are you trying to put that eyelash on your big ass forehead? It won't stick. It's too shiny. It's just going to look like you got a hairy mole up there. So anyway, we'll continue my fucking story when I pour these shots. Yeah, we're together. We're like the epitome of ADHD, and I have ADHD. Squirrel. Bing. Bing bong. Fuck your life. What do you want to tell Joe Byron right now? I hate this noise. I hate this noise. I hate this noise. That I almost threw up. Why do you hate that noise? I'm sure you've made it before. Did that last night. Oh my. Speaking of which, buddy, we're going to talk about that. No, we're not. You're not. Oh, him and I will have a conversation about it. No, you will not. You're breaking best friend confidentiality if you do that. I will have to find me a new best friend. I gust. And got it right.
No, that's because you've got intuition. I can't do anything at all. I live alone. I live in this house by myself. Alone. Grown woman. Grown. And I can't do anything without Jason finding out about it. I didn't even have to fucking say anything.
She called me like...
He's got the best friend's intuition.
She called me like 35 times last night at like 2:30 in the morning. There was no emergency. I knew there was no emergency. I knew she was out because she was trying to FaceTime me as well. So Jason silenced all of that shit. She texted me and said,
You're a whore.
Call me when you wake up.
Okay, but that was about something for this.
I know.
Right.
So, 6 a.m., I call her. She picks up. First thing I ask, is he there? She goes, no. I'm like, okay. She calls me later in the day. Yeah, he was here. Bitch, I knew.
He said there's a difference in the way I say no when I'm being serious, like when I'm telling the truth and when I'm lying. How is my, like, truthful no?
See, that one, that's not just you. That's kind of everybody.
Well, what is it? What does it sound like?
Because what I threw out at you was something that, for somebody who don't know, almost sounds preposterous. So when you throw something out there that is very crazy to them, they're not going to come back with a no. It's going to be a no.
Yeah, like you. Why the fuck would he be?
Exactly. It's going to be a no with a question mark, not a no with an exclamation point, if that makes any sense.
No. I had to think about it, too. I remember you asked me that question. I was like, a split second where I was like, yes or no, yes or no. Is he? Is he not? Is he?
And then there was the pause.
Yeah. So, anyway, back to my story after we take this shot. Trying to keep on track. Should have taken some Adderall or something.
Yeah, we'd be talking 10,000 miles a minute. They'd have to slow the episode down to even understand what we're saying.
What are we at on time?
Do that cock. I don't know.
Oh, God, give me the Coke. I'm going to die.
Coca-Cola.
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 Cock-a-doodle-doo.
We're on 33-ish minutes. We had
I don't like the face you're making.
I'm just blind.
Oh, I got the time over here.
Well,
that time's going to be longer than this time because I pressed record on that.
Oh, yeah, like 20 minutes ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because we spent a lot of time just shooting shit. Okay,
So,
please get back to your story about Hinge Guy.
Okay, so he starts texting me, and we made dinner plans like 3 days ahead of the time we were talking right then. So I was cool with that. I was like, yeah, that 3 days gives me enough time to like decide if you're an axe murderer or not, maybe. And just to get comfortable with you and to get comfortable with the idea of like actually going on a date with someone, because I have not gone on a date in forever. Remember that, because things happen later on. Just remember that. So I go, so we're like talking or whatever, and he's like, matter of fact, do you want to meet tonight for drinks?
Ooh.
And I had just gotten off work, and I was in scrubs, and like I didn't look very good, but I was like, yeah, maybe. Like I might be down. I was at my mom's house though, so I was like, let me go home and like I'll meet you wherever. I'll meet you, because I'm not gonna pick you up or you're not gonna pick me up. I've never met you before. We just started talking like 12 hours ago.
Yeah, I will definitely meet you. I am going to have my car.
I want every escape
as
plan
an escape
possible.
route.
Right. So I said maybe. Well, he's like texting me about it and telling me where he wants to go, and that's fine with me because it wasn't far from where I lived. But then as I'm leaving my mom's house, he calls me. Red flag. I do not answer the phone. I don't. There's a select few people that I will answer the phone for, and I've said that before in this podcast, and it's like my mom,
and she still may not answer the phone for
and
us.
I still might not. So I answered the phone though, and I was like, hey, I'm leaving my mom's house, let me give you a call when I get in the car, okay? Like, let me tell them goodbye, and then when I get in the car, I'll talk to you. 10 minutes goes by. I haven't left my mom's house yet because we're in the middle of like ending our conversation, and he calls me again.
Oh, that's a red flag right there.
It was a red flag the first time. So
no, one call is, and this is coming.
And right, he didn't know me, so I guess you're right. Like he didn't know me.
From a guy's perspective, one call.
That's all.
Is me.
One call. That's all.
Like if I call the first time, it's hey, are we actually doing this? because I need to know before I get in the shower or before I tell my boys, no, I got plans tonight.
Right.
After getting confirmation that, yes, we're still doing this, let me finish up what I'm doing. That second call, that's a red flag because that's kind of a possessive, that's a sign of possessiveness.
Right. So I'm like, okay, hold on, let me get out. So I get in the car and I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, hey, this is kind of awkward, but would you be able to pick me up? Because I have 2 DUIs and I can't drive. And he was like, it's super embarrassing. Like, I'm sorry if you can't, or if you don't want to like meet or whatever. And he sounded very genuine about it. And so I was like, oh, it's okay. I have one too. Like, I'm not DUI shaming you at all. I was like, so yeah, I can come get you. But I still hadn't like fully agreed to whether or not I wanted to go. But I did say like, if I go, I'll come get you.
Yeah.
That was fine. Well, Zoe does as Zoe does best. And I just went home and didn't respond to him. But I ended up having to deal with some shit here. So I wasn't even by my phone to like be like, hey, by the way, I can't come. And that is fucked up and shitty on my part. But I just got thrown into something and I had to handle it. So it was whatever. So, and like, we're adults. Like, yeah, you might be mad. But he blew my phone up while I was not by it. Like, the phone was turned over on the table. Blew my phone up. Like, called me 6 times. FaceTimed me 4 times. Texted me. You would have thought that we had been dating for 6 years and I was out cheating on him.
Okay, so not to defend him.
You fucking can't. It gets better.
I'm not. But when it comes to the blowing up your phone, you tell me we got plans. You tell me you're going to come get me.
Right.
Which means...
Okay, but like call twice, and if I don't answer a text back, text a few times, call a few times, but do not blow it. And then it's not even the things he was saying when he was blowing me up was like, I knew this would happen. I knew, like, he was being very like, as if he knew me.
Yeah, the text messages, you really got to watch what you say. But I do it all the time. I've done it to you a couple times.
I know.
I will call 2 or 3 times.
You will show up.
Oh, yeah, I do that too. But I will call 2 or 3 times regularly, and if you don't pick that up, I will attempt a FaceTime, because let's say you're napping with your phone right next to you.
Right.
FaceTime has a different ring.
Yeah, it does.
And sometimes that ring will wake that person up as opposed to their normal ringtone. Because when people put a song as their ringtone, they never put it for FaceTime. They always put it for call.
Right.
9 times out of 10, they always use that for their alarm.
Right.
They're used to hearing it.
Right.
They'll sleep through it. But they hear that from FaceTime, they'll wake up for it.
Are you done?
I think so.
Okay. I hated every part of that.
I feel like I was about to start off Sandstorm. I missed it.
Yeah, I missed the beat. So I get to my phone. At this point, it's probably been like 2 hours past all of this. And I'm like, well, honestly, there's no use in responding. And I don't like the way that you freaked out on me. So I'm not going to respond. Like, at this point, I've dead of the situation. I don't know you. You don't know me. I don't really owe you much. And I don't mean to be that person.
You don't owe him anything.
And I don't mean to be that person who's like, oh, I don't owe you anything. But I don't know you. I don't. You saw me one time in Table and Taps 4 years ago. I don't remember. I never saw you. We never spoke. I don't owe you anything. So I just didn't respond. Well, the next day, like a few hours later, like a few hours into the day, he had texted me and he was like, hey, I just wanted to apologize for like the way I reacted. I really liked you. And part of me made the face I just made at you, which is like, you really like me? You don't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know me. You don't even know me. You just think I'm cute. You just think I'm pretty. That's fine. That works. But
that's the only reason she's on Hinge. She wants to be told she's pretty.
Yeah. Your friends do that too.
Whoa. Where's the button? So many buttons. Sorry, it takes me a while to find shit.
So Turtle has his memorized.
Well, yeah, Turtle works with this board every day. Oh, I promise y'all, this will probably be the last time she ever puts me in front of the soundboard, because I'm just pushing random buttons at this point.
Buttons.
I don't know what any of these little dials should be set on. It sounds nice to me. I hope it sounds nice to you. If not, fuck your life.
Big bug. Anyway, so I'm like, part of me is like making that face like, oh, you don't really know me. But then part of me is feeling bad. Like, I was like, hey, I got pulled into something that I couldn't get away from. I'm sorry. Like, that is my bad. I was like, but if you want to continue dinner plans on Thursday, we can, by all means. And he was like, yeah, that's cool. And so I was like, okay, cool. So that was fine. So we just talked on text message for the following 3 days. And then it came down to dinner, and we had decided that because he can't drive and because I already had a DUI and we had planned to drink, also key point. This whole story, key point. Please remember these, because I'm about to go off in like 10 minutes if I get there.
I feel like I should have a fucking wire board right here behind me with some red string.
Yeah. So he wanted to drink. He wanted to go get margaritas, key point as well. Wanted to get margaritas. So we went to the Velvet Cactus.
Velvet Cactus.
Yeah, love that place.
As soon as you said margaritas, I was like, best margaritas in town.
Yeah, it was great. So we had decided that because he couldn't drive and I had a DUI already, that it wasn't wise for me to drive because I wanted to drink as well, so we should Uber. So we Ubered. And we did like the Uber. This is probably not safe. Thankfully, I'm alive here to tell this story. Maybe not after he hears this, but it's fine. But with Uber, you can like stop and pick someone up. Yeah, so he
like an Uber Meet.
Yeah, so he did that. That's kind of cool.
I will say, I will give a big shout out to Uber. That is I think that's a safer option.
I agree.
Because now, let's say this man was crazed,
right?
You know, did have some psychotic intentions. You got that Uber driver there that Uber driver 9 times out of 10 isn't gonna risk his life to save you, but he gonna call 911.
Right.
You know.
So yeah,
at least you got a third person.
That was cool. So the Uber got him and then it got me. He paid for it. That was really nice. Also key point. So then we get to Velvet Cactus. We sit down. It was going swimmingly. The date itself was so good.
It was going so good. She even texted me and told me how good it was going.
It was going really well. Like, he was funny. It was great.
I was getting Snapchats all night.
Yeah, I'm getting there. So it was going really well. And he had jokes. I was laughing. He was laughing. It was really good. And then he was like, have you ever been to this bar that's across the street? And I was like, no, I haven't. And he was like, well, we're going to go like tonight because we can just walk across the street and then we'll Uber home. So we go to, he pays for dinner, by the way. He himself has, these are key points. He himself has like 2 margaritas, 2 shots of Don Julio. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm setting up my string board.
Right, for
all of the key points.
Right, for all of our strictly listeners and not viewers. Jason is on the wall, touching the wall. Don't touch my white wall.
You fucked it up with the chair.
That's from you, probably. Oh, it's so fucked up.
I don't even sit down there. I sit down here.
And look at the one behind you. Look at that one.
Sorry, my big head don't turn that far.
Put your head on a pivot, like an owl.
I'm old. These bones crack.
So, what the hell? Wow, very nice. So we go to, what are you looking at?
I don't know.
Thought I pulled my messages up with your friend. Let me close this. Before you start reading shit.
She got her messages up on her laptop.
I'm going to say something about that in a minute after I finish this.
Yeah, so we've been on this story forever.
That's okay. It's a good story because we're on the roller coaster going up. So we go to this bar. We have fun. It was popping. It was great. It was like a Thursday night. It was busy. It was fun. And then he says, "Hey, look, can I just sleep at your house?" And I was drunk and the date was going well. So I was like, yeah, I wasn't going to sleep with him, but I was going to let him sleep here because then, I wasn't going to drive him home. And he didn't want to have to take an Uber. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. So we Ubered back to my house. And then when we got here, turns out Lauren knew him. And then he wanted to go. His friend had shown up at the bar that we were at after we had left, and he was like, "Can we please go back? Because I want to go see my friend." And I was like, "Okay, I'm down. Like, I always go out. I'm down. I don't have anything to do." So we went. And then we stayed out a little bit later, but I couldn't stay too late because I had to work in the morning. So I think we left at like midnight or something. Lauren came with us. They drove us. That's how we got back there. And then we came home. And he paid for their drinks too. Key point. It was great. It was really a great experience. We came home. He was respectful. We did not sleep together. Cause I liked him. Like at that point I liked him. I was like, oh, I haven't even slept with you. You haven't made like any sexual advances on me. Like this could be going really well. I liked him. Then we wake up the next morning. I'm late for work. I have to bring him home. While I'm bringing him home, he's making fun of my car.
Oh, God.
Like, making fun of my... And all I can think in my head is, you don't even have one. You can't even drive. Because I drive a piece of shit, okay? It's really... But it gets me from point A to point B, and it plays the music I want it to play. And so, I'm far from materialistic. Like, super far.
AC works, radio works, the motherfucking...
The AC does not work. I drove around all summer with no AC, and I still haven't complained about it. But I'm frugal in a sense because I just don't want a car note. So this car's paid for. I just don't need one.
This poor bitch got that 240 AC. You roll 2 windows down and hit 40.
Yeah, sure do. So he's making fun of it. So we get to his house. I drop him off. He makes another comment about it, and at that point I was annoyed. Like I was just annoyed. So I just left. I didn't even wait for him to get inside. He got out of the car and I just drove off. Didn't even tell him goodbye. That was it. Didn't kiss him, nothing. I was like, yeah, you're annoying.
Goodbye, partner.
But I was like, yeah, you know what? Now I definitely don't owe you anything. Like, I can't even add you to my list. We're good. We're good.
About to do that Cajun two-step right out of your DMs.
Right. So the day goes on, and we're, like, still talking. Christmas is coming up. And he would, like, try to FaceTime me and shit. And, like, sometimes I would answer and sometimes I wouldn't. But I was still kind of, like, liking him. Like, I enjoyed conversation, whatever. And then I found out I had COVID. And I told him about it. I literally found out I had COVID the next day. Like, the next day. So I was like, hey, by the way, I have COVID. You should probably, like, get tested because you were in the same bed as me. I did kiss him that night.
You were in the same bed as me.
Right. So, like, you should just get tested. I'm just saying, like, I'm doing my due diligence. I could have just been fucked up and said, nah, whatever.
Got it from the bar. Good luck, bud.
Right. So that goes fine, whatever. Christmas Day comes around, and he texts me, and he's like, I'm sick as fuck. And I'm like, we'll go get tested. And he's like, no, it's okay. And I'm like, okay. But then continues to spend the rest of the day telling me how sad he is that he is sick because he's missing Christmas. Mind you, he's like 28. He's 28 and he lives at home with his parents, okay? Lives at home with his mommy and daddy. 28 years old. 28 years old.
How old?
20 fucking 8 years old. Lives with his mom and dad.
Okay, just in case they didn't catch it the first
times. We're getting into, like, the key parts. So now I'm getting annoyed because I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know I had COVID. I didn't. Okay? I didn't mean to give it to you. If I knew I had it, I would have stayed my fucking ass home. I wouldn't have gone on a fucking date with you, right? So I'm sorry, okay? Get over yourself. I'm sorry you have to fucking miss Christmas.
Figure it the fuck out.
Right.
You're a grown-ass man.
Right. So I'm like, I'm sorry you have to miss Christmas. And he's like, yeah, I know. It just sucks because I just really love Christmas. And I'm like, okay, that's great.
I did not like that voice you made. I just really love Christmas.
That's like how he was texting me, like a sad puppy dog. And I was not feeling very much like I gave a fuck about the sad puppy dog.
All right, first off, I'm going to need y'all ladies to understand something. When a man gets sick...
I know, and that's why I wasn't feeling sad.
We are fucking pathetic.
I know, because you texted me after you got it and said you were dying.
Bruh.
And I had it, and I didn't even know I had 1 day of feeling like ass, and that's the whole reason I got tested. That was it.
I felt like I was trying to get birth out of my forehead. The headache was so goddamn bad.
The headache was bad. So anyway, that happens. Well, we're talking a little bit, but now the conversations are kind of starting to fade out because I'm getting annoyed. I'm responding less.
They're getting dry.
Right. I'm responding less because I'm getting annoyed. So we get into work like the following week. So now it's Monday. And things at the office are fucking slammed. I can't text. I don't have the time, whatever.
This is a shit show.
Right. The office was a shit show. So my responses just kind of go away almost entirely. After one day, not even a full day, it's probably like 18 hours of not talking to him, he went and texted Lauren and was like, hey, where's your friend? Is she okay?
We have got to get me a little red flag because I'm just going to stop saying the word. I'm just going to start lifting the flag. You know? I need like the double one that they have.
Here, just raise this because I'm not done. The towel is a good one. Just raise the Jameson bottle. It's got a red top. So
Texas friends.
So he texted one friend. There's more. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So then he texted me and was like, wow, you're really ghosting me and you got me sick as fuck too. And I was like, okay, you have the attitude of a 12-year-old right now who just got her period. Shout out to my little sister. You have the attitude.
We didn't have to throw that out there.
Who just got her period? The way you're fucking acting me, like I literally texted him back and I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't get you sick on purpose." And also, I work a full-time job, unlike you, because I don't know what you do for a living, if you work at all.
I have actual bills.
Right, I have actual bills to pay. I work a full-time job. I work 2 jobs, and so I just don't have the time to fucking text you back.
Probably on his parents' cell phone playing.
He is, because when he called me, it showed his mommy's name. So,
how much more do you want to blast him tonight?
I'm about to get into it. So I was very polite. I was like, hey, sorry I got you sick, didn't mean to, but also I've been really busy, so I'll just.
Did I do this right?
You have 2 on one eye. What compelled you to just pick that up and fucking.
I seen it.
Put him on the Jameson bottle. Jason's playing with the eyelashes right now. This is why we can't get through anything. They're gonna be like, this is the worst episode ever. We wish y'all were still gone.
We have the attention span of a 12-year-old.
Order period.
Squirrel.
So anyway. You know those memes? Where it's like SpongeBob and she's got the big eyelashes and the hand that goes out and she's like this.
She's so pretty.
Hello. I'm gonna ask her on a date.
She might treat you better than the last guy.
Absolutely will. Maybe give me a little headache though, it's fine.
Put that right up front for y'all to see.
Yeah. Alright, so that happened. So after that I just stopped responding to him. He doesn't respond to me. I apologize. I gave a very valid excuse for my 18-hour absence from our conversations, and that was it. Well, then he texts Bear.
Another friend.
Yes.
Fuck it, I'm not lifting the bottle though. That bitch is heavy.
He texts another friend, and Bear was pretty straight up with him, and she was like, look, first of all, if you're worried about scaring off Zoe, the first way to do it is by not texting her friends, because I know I'm the second one you've texted because she tells me everything. She's been really stressed out with her job that she's working, and she's just she's just busy. So you just be patient with her and just don't fucking say anything. So
Rule 1, shut the fuck up.
Right, do not fucking text my friends. Ugh. We went on one date. We went on one date. God, that shit burned so good.
Ooh, that one was rough.
Spicy.
Yeah, one date you are entitled to shit.
You're not entitled to a goddamn thing. We went on one date.
Be lucky you have my fucking number.
Thank you. So he's texting my friends, and because he knew, the only reason he texted Bear is because he knew Bear, and he also knew Lauren.
No, you can't say only reason.
It doesn't. No, that's not the only reason
he did. Because it's still it's inappropriate.
I don't mean the only reason. I mean, for context, how did he text them? Because he knew them. So, but I still didn't know who he was, and he still didn't know who I was.
Still don't fuck him.
Right. So this happens, and I'm like, what the? I'm like, why is he texting you now? And so she was like, look, basically, don't text me, don't text her. She'll text you when she texts you. She's busy. Like, she don't text me back half the time. Don't be mad about it. It's whatever. So he, like 2 days later, that shut him up for like 2 days. And then like 2 days later, he texted me and he was like, hey there. And I didn't respond.
Hello there.
Right. I didn't respond. So then 18 hours after that, text me again. He's like, hey, can I have my bracelet back? Because on our first date while we were drinking at the bar, he gave me one of the bracelets on his wrist. It's none of these. These are mine. I just bought these.
Please tell me it's not like, it's not nothing fancy. It's some $2.
These are like crystals. He had like, it was like this style, but they were red and black. And he gave it to me. And I literally took it off the next day because I didn't wear that. It doesn't match my aesthetic.
Red and black ain't you.
No, it's not me. So he texted me and he's like, hey, can I have my bracelet back? And I didn't respond. But first, this dude was convinced that like we were dating for a period of time, and he was texting me like, hey, can I have all my sweatshirts back or something? Like, you want me to give you your $2 Walmart bracelet? No, go away. Are you going to be able to come get it? You can't drive.
I'll leave it in my mailbox.
Right, good luck, buddy. So, but this is not even where it gets bad. So after this point, we haven't spoken at all. That's it, right? One day, I'm at Bear's house, and I get an Instagram notification that he sent me a video, like, on Instagram DMs. So I open it, and it's a video, and it's, like, the Joker, like, walking away, and, the fire, like, exploding behind him, that, like, GIF. And the caption is like, when the pussy was trash, so you open up a nature-made granola bar in her bed. Because, they leave crumbs. I literally looked at it for like 10 minutes and was like, I really wish I understood the relevance to me, because we didn't fuck. And I also haven't spoken to you in days, so it's not like we're on a level where, like, if you sent it to me, I'd be like, oh, that's fucking hilarious. It was funny, but there was no relevancy to me, and we aren't friends. At all. We're hardly acquaintances. So I showed it to Bear, and she sent a video back, and she was like, oh, that's crusty. But you know how Bear talks, like, whatever.
That's crusty.
And he responded and said, gross. And I said, because this is where the clapbacks come in. I said, I don't even have to pull out my phone. I have this memorized because it was fucking golden. He said, gross. And I said, I think the behavior you've been exhibiting the past 2 weeks is gross. Hit me. We're not done. He said,
I'm going to keep that on standby.
Yeah. He said, I think the amount of alcohol you consume on a daily basis is gross. And so I said, says the person who has 2 DUIs. Right. Right?
I'm getting good with these buttons.
Yeah, this is exciting. So he said, well, you have 1, so you're almost there. And I was like,
In no world does 1 equal 2.
Absolutely not. You're 1 away from a felony and spending the rest of your fucking life in jail, buddy. So, no, 1 plus 2, still not equaling 2. So
1 plus 2 equals 3.
Right. And that's how many you are away. 1 is from having 3. So you better chill. So I said, shouldn't you be texting one of my friends right about now to see why I've been ignoring you? And he said, shouldn't you be going on another date with another guy to get him to pay for everything? To get free drinks and food. What was
Boo this man!
So
Turtle, thank you.
So then I said, at least he'll be able to pick me up on the way to the date. Oh, I'm not done. And then he was like, well, shouldn't you be, he was like, yeah, we'll go mooch off somebody else. And I said, coming from the man who is 28 years old and lives with his parents, who's the mooch? Who's the mooch? Whose house did you sleep at? Whose house did you fucking sleep at? Not my mom's. Not my mom's. You slept in my house, in my bed that I pay for. In this whole fucking house I pay for. Everything in this motherfucker belongs to me.
I don't know if I'm more excited that she's going the fuck off right now or that I have an air horn to back her up with.
I was fucking livid. First of all, how are you going to call me a mooch when you offered to pay for everything? Because at dinner, I went to pull out my card. You said, no, I got it. You got it, right?
I got it.
Your daddy paid for it, huh?
Ooh.
Ouch. Because he don't have a job. He don't work. So, like, I literally was like, I know. And then you're not making a comment on how much alcohol I consume on a daily basis. One, you don't talk to me on a daily basis, so you don't know how much alcohol I consume.
No, he talks to you on a daily basis. You just don't respond.
Right, so look, hear me out. You don't know how much alcohol I fucking consume. And also, you have 2 DUIs, and it was your idea to go get margaritas. And it was your idea to go to the bar after and get fucked up. And then every time you Snapchat me, you're in the bathtub with a glass of red wine like a bitch. I know for a fucking fact you did not just try to make a comment on how much Jameson I consume on a daily fucking basis. I was so mad. I was so mad that I screenshotted everything. I screenshotted him blowing up on me the first time. I screenshotted all the missed texts and calls. I screenshotted the message he sent to Lauren. I screenshotted the message he sent to Bear. And then I screenshotted that conversation. I posted all of it on Snapchat.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that.
All of it.
Because I think my exact response was, we have to talk about this.
Absolutely. This is what you've been missing. The last hour has been this fucking story, and it is so much. Isn't it great? Isn't it fucking grand?
Oh, this fucking dude made his own bed.
Well, hear me out. So I posted the story on my Snapchat, but I put most of it on my private story, and then accidentally put one on my public story. Right? So he saw it, because he didn't see my private story. I didn't have him on it. He saw it, and he was like, "Are you serious? Are you really serious right now, Zoe? You really pissed at this? We're adults."
On today's episode of Fuck Your Feelings.
On today's episode of I Don't Give a Fuck About You, I met you on a fucking dating app. I'm sorry that you spent your last $300 of your allowance at 28 years old to take me out to dinner. Take me out to dinner. Yeah.
How you make your rent checks out to your mom?
He probably don't even have to. His mama probably wipes his ass for him still.
Oh my.
May I? Goddamn. Fuck. So I was livid. I literally was like, look, I literally said, I am not the 1, 2, 3, or 4. Do not come for me. Have you seen the name of my podcast?
We fucking toxic in this.
The wrong one. Who's the wrong? I'm the wrong 1, 2, 3, and 4. The wrong ones. Oh, I was so fucking mad. I was so mad. So then he slides up on the story, says that. Then he texts me, and he's like, I would really appreciate it if you took that down.
I'd really appreciate it if you shut the fuck up.
Let me show you the exit. There's 6 of them. They're all out of my messages. Get the fuck.
You can leave here, or right the fuck over there.
I used to sell cars, right? And I worked in Atlanta at this big ass Toyota store
Horrible time in your life.
Yeah, I had they had literally 4 exits, and I remember my manager telling a customer, he was like, "Look, I have a really great deal for you. You've got about 6 options to leave. There's one door there, one door there. If you ask that man to move, there's a door over there, and there's a door over there. Pick one."
That dude is my fucking hero.
Oh yeah, I'm literally like, fine.
That is the clap back of the decade, right there.
And he said it with a straight face. I was like, this, and thus the podcast was born. I learned everything I needed to learn in that moment. Watching him do.
I love him.
Like watching him.
Get him on an episode.
I'll call him.
Fuck.
Fly in, buddy. We got some shit to talk about.
Oh.
So that happened, and I must say, I think it's great. So after I posted it on Snapchat, on my private story, mind you, that's like a select few of people. Guess how many different bitches slid up and told me that he has done the exact same thing to them?
What?
I don't have enough fingers. On my private story, Jason. I have girls who are friends with other girls who have gone through that. I have girls who are like, hey, can I screenshot this? Because I think it's so fucking funny because he did the same thing to me. I want to talk about it.
I want to talk about it.
Absolutely. Talk about it. Talk about it all fucking day long. Literally, one of the girls was like, oh, you went and got margaritas? Because that's what he wanted to do, was get margaritas. That's his thing. Turns out the Velvet Cactus is his place. And his thing, margaritas. Poor guy really just wanted to be in a relationship with somebody, but he literally like... I'm not the one to be love bombed. I don't like to be touched. I don't like all that gay shit. All that, and I don't mean gay. I don't like all that fucking. I don't like that shit. So, I'm the wrong one to be doing it to.
Her love language is not touching. It's talking.
Well, bend me over and spank me or something.
What the fuck just happened?
That's not my love language either, because I don't love half these hoes that I have sex with. So it's fine. I just want to see what time we're at. All right, we're doing good.
Yeah.
We're doing great. So yeah, that was. At that point, I haven't opened Hinge since.
I'd delete the fucking app.
Yeah, I'm done with Hinge.
I bet the fuck you are. That is fucking insane.
I tweeted about it too, and I was like, and y'all wonder why the fuck I'm single. This is the prime example.
Your tweets over the past couple weeks with your birth control being out and your hormones looking like Joe Biden's fucking presidential rating.
God damn.
Have been all over the fucking place. You know, 1 minute you're a bad...
It's like straight savage shit.
1 minute you're a bad bitch. The next minute you are listening to Taylor Swift in the shower, crying with your clothes on.
Don't be in love with someone else. Finish it.
I don't know any more of the song.
It's please don't have somebody waiting on you.
Please don't have somebody waiting
Sing
on
it with passion.
you. With passion.
All right, I'll go first and you finish, okay?
We're not doing this.
Yes, we are. You did sing it. I have video proof.
You're going to have to post that.
Say
The
please.
people,
You're gonna
the
say
people
please
will not believe you.
Don't
I'm not
have
doing
somebody
that.
waiting on you. All right, ready?
No.
1, 2, 3. Please don't be in love with someone else. Say,
Please don't have somebody waiting on you.
all right, Frank Sinatra. Fucking Michael Bublé. You did not have to do it like that.
I love his last name.
You were supposed to.
I love his last name, Bublé.
Bublé. It sounds like
It sounds like a SpongeBob character trying to read bubbles.
It's. I was gonna say it. It's what I imagine it sounds like to be motorboated. Blah, 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 blah. Oh.
You know what? You don't get knee slappers often. That was a knee slapper.
Oh my god, that was fucking golden. I'm fucking hilarious. Did that kill it? Did it?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You tooted your own horn a little bit too much.
They don't have a horn? Toot toot.
Stop pushing the buttons.
Ow.
Why was that its own sound effect?
Why did you do this?
At this point, we are literally just drunk.
Oh god. I have obligations after this. I gotta convince Travis to go to Bourbon Street. Haley, will you text my husband? Tell him, get the car ready. It's time to go.
Get the Batmobile fired up.
That's what they call that. They literally call his car the Batmobile.
Well, yeah, because it's blacked out.
Okay, but it's fucking huge. It's not a little tiny,
You're
like,
right. You're
what is
right.
that? Like what is the actual Batmobile? Is it a Corvette or a Camaro or a
The
Mustang?
actual Batmobile, the original,
Yeah.
I want to say was something closer to a Stingray.
This
I
is
don't know.
me giving Jason his like 0.5 seconds of nerdiness.
No, you know what? We're not doing nerd talk. That's what this podcast isn't about. I actually got to nerd out a couple weeks ago because The Hangover.
I heard about that fuck shit. And also, you left your location on the air.
I know I did.
I texted him. I said, "What are you doing?" I already knew.
I didn't respond.
I already knew. And then he texted me back a few minutes later. He's like, sitting in my truck waiting for this wedding. And I was like, yeah, the wedding's in Gretna on this street.
It wasn't in Gretna. It was in Marrero.
Where you were or the wedding?
But
The wedding was in Marrero?
no, where I was in Marrero.
Well, maybe I wasn't trying to disclose their fucking location. Good luck. Great.
Marrero's a big fucking place.
Not big enough. Half
you're
my exes live there.
All my exes are from West Wego.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ. Yes, text him now.
No, but
All my exes live on the West Bank.
The West Bank is the last place I'd really love to be. No, but
God.
they had me on a couple weeks
I think we should
ago.
consider singing.
I think we should absolutely not consider singing.
We could do our own intro like The Hangover.
That's not them. That's not any of them.
It's somebody from Takeoff, though, right?
That's D-Day.
Okay, right, but still. Let it play. I want to hear it. It gives me the chills. Yeah, turn that shit off there.
Huge shout out to
Again,
D-Day
a huge,
and to The Hangover.
ginormous shout out to The Hangover podcast. I had a brain moment.
Look, I'm gonna need you to understand. She got a really big head. She need Wi-Fi to connect one thought to the other.
He's not wrong. What's your excuse then? How many riders you got in that motherfucker?
Oh no, my shit's all steam engines.
The traditional way.
Traditional. Good for Mother Earth.
Industrial Renaissance space.
Industrial Revolution?
No. I'm combining the Renaissance. No. I know what I'm saying, okay?
The Renaissance.
I get very much Renaissance vibes from you, but like industrial because you've got steam engines in there.
Okay, if you think I'm about to paint the fucking Michelangelo on the ceiling, you out your mind.
There's multiple Renaissances though. I just can't remember what the other one's called. It's been a while since I've been.
The Renaissance was a whole.
There's two.
We're gonna get into this later. What else we got on the list?
I think we're done.
No, we ain't done. There ain't no way we done.
What do you want to talk about? Oh, I had something to say earlier that I remembered I was gonna mention, and it's that one friend of yours.
We gonna talk about him.
I just can't. You know what? No, we're not.
I hope he's able to watch the episode on YouTube.
I don't think he's gonna.
With the sub captions on, so he can at least read along. Because I know listening ESL isn't gonna be easy for him. I love you, buddy. But you know you're gonna get these flames just like anybody else.
I don't think he's gonna listen. I think you're just wasting content at this point.
Oh no, I think he's absolutely. After last night, he's absolutely gonna listen.
I didn't do anything.
But you did.
But we didn't.
You had one dude flipping the fuck out after cuddling with him.
I know, it's insane, right?
Y'all looked up and just watched the stars in your eyes.
I just want to watch the stars in your eyes.
It's probably what he sounds like when he says it too.
I'm gonna block him on our social media so he can't see any.
What you talking about? I'm tagging him in the video.
You better fucking not put my business out there. Like, I put it out there enough. With like,
I'm gonna need everybody to watch for my tags.
Oh, I did have something to say. So this thing has happened, and he actually sent me this text message too. So many different men that I have fooled around with, that I've not fooled around with, that I may never fool around with, have messaged me something, and then after saying it, have been like, put this in your podcast, I don't care. Or please don't talk about me. Like, it's always something along that, like, that realm where it's like, put it in your podcast, I don't care. Or I know you're going to put this in your podcast. Or please don't put this in your podcast. And I love every part of that. I love that so much. It makes, oh my God. It makes my spine tingle. I love that. I absolutely want to put you in my podcast now. Thank you. I'm absolutely going to talk about this for an hour.
I know there's a time we talked about it in the past when you even said every dude that I talk to from here on out is going to be like, please don't put this in your podcast. You can talk about this in your podcast. I don't care.
Yes.
Here we are.
And we've hit that point that like 3 different times this week, 3 different men, some of which I literally have not spoken to, but have just come out of the blue to say something to me. Like my ex texted me and was like, my ex texted me out of the blue and asked me what he had to do to get married to me. And then as soon as he sent it, he texted me right after and said, please put this in your podcast. I don't care. So here it is. Here's your shot, buddy. I put it in the podcast.
I'm just going to forewarn everybody that slides into her DMs. If you mention the podcast, whether you're asking to be, you don't care if we put it on. You in there like swimwear, baby. Speak on it, or you ask her not to put it on. The moment you mention the podcast, you just got yourself a headline spot.
You just got yourself I promise, I'm gonna put your situation in the fucking caption when I post this.
Bitch, we're gonna make you the fucking title. Fuck around and figure it out.
That's the title. Write that down. Text it to me right now.
Fuck around and figure it out.
Yep.
It's not fuck around and find out anymore. We're classy here.
It's fuck around and figure it out.
You gotta figure that shit out.
Text me that right now so I don't forget.
Shit, you want me to pull my phone out right this fucking second?
Right now, come on.
Over here, like...
Alright, Papa, so you slide down, you click on my name. By the way, my name in his phone is my most favorite cock block because before he was in a relationship, he couldn't get a relationship. Because Look at me. Look.
And her forehead grew 3 sizes that day.
You don't fucking get that button. You're not allowed to have button control ever again. If I ever buy this and I plan on it, you are not getting button control.
The buttons are sitting by me.
I'm getting...
The buttons are mine. I am the button master.
I know, like, the way you said that first line was very, like... That was very much, like, scary... Jason.
Look, I spend all week with you pushing my buttons.
I have another story to tell, I just remembered.
Here we go.
One of my old sneaky links involved in the Bible.
Ah, he's the one that built the boat.
Yeah. Hit me up this week.
Why did you have to put 2 roaches on that motherfucker?
You
did not have to.
Good fucking question.
You did not have to bring roaches and mosquitoes.
Before I continue, I got an email from the Bronx Zoo saying that for Valentine's Day, not sponsored by any means, but please, for the love of God, if you have the extra funds, do this because I think it's fucking great. Put your ex's name on a cockroach at the zoo for Valentine's Day.
I would, but I can't for personal reasons.
I'm going to. Not your ex, though. Mine. All 20,000.
The fuck you mean? All your exes are roaches.
I know it. I just thought I would make it a real thing.
It's already real. Have you met them?
Anyway, so at the Bronx Zoo, you can go online. You can type in this thing. They'll send you a free... It's fucking morbid. It's like $30 to put their name on the roach. They name the roach, right? And it runs around in a little fucking box till they feed it to something, right? And it's got a name. But they send you a roach beanie. Covered in fake roach. like they're sewn into...
Will you stop boxing with the microphone over there?
Don't touch me.
I didn't touch you.
Anyway, back. So one of my old sneaky links hit me back up, and as a dumb bitch I am, I fucking responded. It started out with like a lot of like, oh, I want to be friends on good terms, whatever. And I was like, yeah, so you want to fuck.
Welcome back, Nemo.
Not Nemo.
Dory?
Nope.
What the fuck did we call him?
He didn't have a name. He built the boat. That's and that's where we're leaving it. We're not including anything else. Okay? Cool.
Okay.
Dead giveaway. So he hit me back up. Dory the fish, living his best life right now, playing house. I think it's great. I'm proud. I'm happy.
I'm proud of him. Glad you found...
Give him the button. No, not the round of... Yeah.
I'm glad... Dory,
Still don't know what button.
Dory, I'm glad you found your forever home. Now, hopefully you don't get short-term memory and try to come back.
This adoption agency is shut the fuck down.
No, it ain't.
This fostering agency is done.
No, it ain't.
So he hits me up. He's like, I just want to be on good terms because I know we're going to see each other out, blah, blah, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, so basically you're telling me you want to fuck. You want this one?
Yes, I do. Because you ain't drinking it.
I was like, so basically you're telling me you want to fuck.
Put a fucking noonie on this drink.
And sure enough, at the end of the night, I end up at his house. We do the deed.
The deed.
And I had... Do that again.
The deed.
I had no intentions of sleeping over. I was trying to hold my ground, right? Because y'all remember my Sneaky Link episode? I created the Sneaky Link rules, right? Don't sleep over, don't take a shower with each other, and don't kiss when you leave. And I did all 3 of those things. So...
Rules are meant to be broken.
We're at his house, and we did the deed, and then we lay down, we start the movie over. Because that's like a thing that always happens. Was we put a movie on, we fuck during the movie, and then we have to start it over because I actually wanted to watch it. Well, he falls asleep in the middle of the movie. So I want to finish the movie. It was a really good movie. It was The Witch. You have to watch it. It was so good. It's like about witches, but it's like based off of true stories and folklore.
I'm going to need you to tell my producer.
Write that down. The Witch. It's a really good movie. He has to watch it.
She schedules whatever I watch.
Right. Y'all have to watch it. It's scary. But it's not that scary. They, like, on the trailer, it's like, oh, this is, like, mind-fucking, blah, blah. It's not mind-fucking at all. But it is...
Or The Witcher.
The Witch. Not The Witcher. The Witch.
The Witcher is fucking amazing.
I've heard that's really good. I haven't started
I
it.
just heard that was the thing, so I want to make sure.
The Witcher is a beautiful piece of cinematography.
Let me fucking finish, okay? It's really good. It's based off of, like, true witch stories from, like, Salem and all that. It's good. It's a really good movie. So he falls asleep, and at one point I literally was like, hey, don't fall asleep, because I'm not staying here. Like, don't fall asleep. I look over, and I hate snoring. I hate snoring.
With that fucking nose, I bet you don't snore. over here walking around with a snorkel.
That's a good one. Anyway, so I hate it. I just can't stand it. Especially, like, you can snore after I've fallen asleep, but I can't fall asleep to you snoring, right? So I'm like, okay, look, I'm just going to finish out this movie, and then I'm just going to get up and leave. Yeah. I wake up 9 o'clock in the morning.
Still buck naked.
Buck naked, with his arm thrown over my throat. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Gets up, takes a shower with said sneaky link, and then I think he's like trying to hang out more, and I'm like, yeah, I have to go. So I was like, bye. So I left, kissed me goodbye. I was like, and I got in the car and I literally was like, you created these rules and you're breaking them as we speak. You literally said before you got to his house to yourself, Zoe Ann Taylor Hood, that you were not going to do this again, and look at you doing it again. You did it again.
On today's episode of I Don't Learn My Lesson,
I'm the fucking queen of repeating lessons until they just come back to fucking smack me in the ass in a way that I don't appreciate. I will say, though, is like the last few times I've done it with him, I've always been like, oh, I'm all up in his phone, like worried about what he's doing. And this time I'm like, yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Peace out. Like, if you text me, text me. If you don't, you don't. At this point, I think he's just trying to find his forever home, too, and I'm sure he'll find it because it's looking a whole lot like another Dory situation. I just take care of them and foster them, and then I send them off on their way.
Eventually, he'll make it through the flood. His boat will survive.
Like, part of me hopes it's my flood, but...
Oh, my. Oh, my. And that's all the time we have for you this week here on the Toxicity Podcast.
I think we're about done. But yeah, that was... I'm really afraid that I'm going to end up in another situation as entertaining as the Dory one was and as good as it was for content.
I don't know. I feel like the situation you talked tonight about was fucking brilliant. Fucking mint.
Mint. Dudes who swear to God that I'm a mooch, but they live with their mommy and their daddy. Mint. My God.
Fucking dudes who talk about you getting your second DUI when they're rolling up on number 3. Fucking mint.
I love that. I love every part of that.
Like, can we talk about the pot calling the kettle black?
Thank you. Thank you.
And not just the pot calling the kettle black. Like, you're a playset pot compared to him sitting on the fucking stove cooking dinner every night.
Thank you.
Like,
I'm plastic. I'm a Barbie girl.
In every which way, 2 is always more than 1.
Not in his world.
Not in his world.
Apparently 1 + 1 still equals 1.
He don't know math. He don't know how to live by himself.
He's over here doing multiplication.
Poor bastard.
1 × 1 does indeed equal 1.
But no, like we mentioned earlier, if you want your opportunity to come hang out with us, get on a microphone.
Should we do like a host application like we did for the dating application?
That's a great idea.
And we'll do like a Google Doc and like send that bitch out.
Yes. I love it. Idea. I love it. Make it happen.
Okay.
Oh, there's no Google Doc fairy. Sorry.
No, I'll do it. Okay.
You are the Google Doc fairy.
We can make Jake do it.
Jake from State Farm. Hit this up.
Do the thing, please.
Do your thing.
Do the thing. Yeah.
I'm here for fuck shit.
So yeah,
I don't know technology.
We are doing host auditions, I call it. But it's not really auditions. It's really like come sit your ass in on an episode and decide if we like you or not.
9 times out of 10, just shut the fuck up till I talk to you. I'm kidding. Of course I'm kidding. I'm a big softie.
Well, just don't come if you don't say anything funny. Like if you're not funny.
And the moment you cry, you're disqualified. I will come at you like Gordon Ramsay. I will hand you...
We're going to have a Haley like handcuff them and remove them mid-episode.
I will hand them 2 pieces of bread, make them put their head between it and say, I'm an idiot sandwich.
So now when I go to Rouse's, I need to get my sushi, the champagne for the episode, and a loaf of bread. French baguettes.
Oh, never mind. I can't say that word. Baguettes was really close to the slur I was about to use, but I'm not that person.
On camera, at least.
You call me out.
I'm just kidding. All right, I think we're done. I'm sad.
I do believe this.
It's over already?
I do believe so. We're about an hour, 10-ish.
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're not even gonna cut 10 minutes worth. We're like an hour 20.
Well,
I'm down for it.
Thank all of you loyal listeners for still being here with us after our
month-long hiatus.
Fucking debacle. She calls it a hiatus. It's a fucking debacle. Our lives are fucked.
Well, my version was a hiatus because I was the one who was putting us on pause.
My version was fuckery.
Yeah, yours was you just had to do what I said.
Do you know?
We're starting a GoFundMe for Jason to get a raise.
Please. You know what? I'm going to go on a little rant here. Last week, Tuesday, normally the day we film. I thought we were filming. We talked all day about us filming.
We were going to.
So I get off after work, go home, shower, get dressed, and I'm texting her, hey, are we still filming? Hey, are you awake? Are you even fucking alive? So I said, you know what? Fuck it. Get in the car, show up to her house. Do you have to TikTok that fucking hard?
I'm not typing that hard.
I'm fucking talking and hear every clickety clack.
Wait, but they don't.
Oh, yeah, they do. If I hear it, they hear it. So, show up the fuck over here. This bitch
I'm quitting.
On the couch. This is your podcast. You ain't quitting shit. This bitch is on the couch.
What's your name right there?
She is on the couch, knocked out with Travis and Ra, just watching movies. So I knock on the door. She comes to, jumps up. What you doing here? I'm here to fucking film, bitch. What you mean?
Did I look like I was ready to film?
No. So instead, we just decided to get drunk.
He said, I'm here to film. I said, we're not filming today. And he said, well, let me the fuck in because we're getting drunk. And we did. And I hate him for that because I had taken a pain pill. My cramps were so bad. A prescribed pain pill, thank you very much. Has my name on it. My cramps were so bad I had taken one. And then I was like, I can't drink. And he was like, shut the fuck up. Have a shot.
No, I did not pressure you into drink. I said, oh, if you can't drink,
listen,
that's
it's my
okay.
house alarm.
But shut the fuck up.
It's my house alarm going off.
My apologies. But yeah, I guess.
She said, Mom, end the episode right now.
So I guess on that note, we'll call it.
We'll call it. All right. Marley, that's enough.
Ooh, that was...
Marley! If you don't shut your ass up. Marley wants us to be done, okay? She's had enough. She's losing her shit in the...
She's tired of us.
She's tired of us, all right? Marley's gone through a lot of changes herself. She just got rid of all of her babies. The babies are gone. And her cousin's gone, so she's alone now. So she is sick and tired of us. She wants us to stop. So, we're done. Thank you for patiently waiting for us to come back. Words are hard.
We have missed all of you.
Can we take like a final Jameson shot?
We can do a final Jameson shot because...
Keep that glug 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 sound away from the fucking...
Pour that up because while we do that, I'm going to give another huge shout out to the Hangover podcast.
Absolutely. They've earned it. They have been huge fucking supporters for us. So much so that they have practically sponsored this entire episode because they provided all the equipment. I'm super thankful to have friends who are super fucking cool and super supportive.
For any of our longtime listeners, if you have not gone, check out the Hangover podcast.
Stop fucking listening to me. If you don't listen to them, you can't listen to me at this point.
I'm not going to say that. Please still listen to us. But I tell you, go check them out.
I didn't mean that, baby. You know I love you.
They are doing big things, and they are fucking amazing.
You didn't think that was funny?
I didn't hear what you said. I kind of tuned you out.
I said, I didn't mean that, baby. I love you. Talking to me.
Bing bong.
Fuck your life. But anyway, yes, huge fucking shout out to the Hangover podcast. Thank you so much for facilitating today's episode and for being beacons of light in my dark, cold world.
Okay. And then also go check out the Degenerates podcast. Like I said, they just dropped their second. They just filmed their second episode.
What is their drop day?
I don't know what their drop day is because I always just watch the episode live.
Okay.
And then once I watch something live, I'm not the type of person who can go and re-listen to the same thing twice. It aggravates me.
That makes sense.
But go give them a follow and a listen.
And then come back and see us next week.
out on Spotify. You can rate, review, give us 5 stars, share with a friend.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all the good shit.
We are on all that shit. You can follow me, JDUF17 on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that shit.
Ooh, mine's different. So my Instagram is Zoe Tay Hood. ZoeTayHood is my Instagram. My Twitter and my TikTok, I think, are Z_TAY0311. And that's all I'm giving you.
That's all you getting. You don't get that
well,
Hinge.
I mean, you can add me on Snapchat too.
Find her on Hinge.
Good luck. Find me on Hinge too, and let me know you're coming from the pod.
To any listener who can find her on Hinge, get her to match with you, I'll give you $20.
Good fucking luck. Looks like you're keeping $20, baby.
You know what? This is to y'all. Happy New Year.
Normally we would say this is to us and not to them. What's that? Fuck them. But we love y'all, so happy New Year.
This is to us. This is to y'all.
Thanks for not abandoning
us
after we've abandoned y'all.
Here's to some big things coming in 2022.
He's not lying. We have some huge shit coming up I'm really excited about.
Y'all have a good night.
Ugh. Turn that shit off.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Bye.